Internal Audit, Toastmaster Arqam.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, distinguished guests, and all my Toastmaster fellows. Good evening.
Good evening.
Before I explain to the what is internal audit, let me tell you something about general concept of audit. Audit basically, whenever I'm telling to my friend or to my seniors that I'm working in an audit department, they are saying, are you checking the records? Are you relating to finance and accounting? Basically, internal audit, the modern and simple definition of internal audit is that a person or activity who's checking the financial transactions and records and give a disclosure about the company. The history of audit, the historian have traced the history of audit before Christ. When some of the merchants, they brought the grains into the market and they were checking the receipts. Now, in order to elaborate more, I will give you a simple example. You have a refrigerator. You brought the things from the supermarket, you keep it inside the fridge, and then you forget to count your item, whatever you put it inside the fridge. So what you will do, you have the receipt, you will verify the physical items with your receipts. So apart from this, there is something else which you need to consider as well. Whether the refrigerator is working or not, whether the electricity is there, whether the compressor has a gas or not. Now, these kind of things has to do by somebody. Same like in business, business has different functions. Business has operation, apart from operation, business has sales, business has HR department, they have IT department, all the supporting functions. Now someone has to tell the business that your functions, your divisions are working properly and their processes are improved. Now here internal audit comes. Internal audit by profession is empowered by the Institute of Internal Auditor. And their simple definition is, internal audit is an independent, internal audit is independent, objective and assurance and consulting activity which add value to the business by bringing the systematic approach and improving the risk management and governance process. I will not go into detail because of the time constraint. Internal audit work with some objectives, and those objectives are efficiency and reliability of the financial operations, compliance with laws, safeguarding assets, etc., etc. Now, internal audit objectives should be aligned with the business stakeholders. If it is not aligned, then I think there will be a not powerful internal audit department within the business. Now, as I said, Institute of Internal Auditor. Internal audit profession is empowered by the Institute of Internal Auditor. Now, they have given this model, which is called 3 line of defense, which shows that internal audit is not a part of management. They cannot be part of management. In this 3 line of defense, they mention first management, who is the process owner of the business, then the senior management, and then the 3rd line of defense becomes internal audit department. Now, internal audit department has to tell these senior management that your process is weak, your process is not good, your process requires some improvement. Now, internal audit department within the company, they have 2 reporting lines. They are not reporting to one person, they are not reporting to one authority, they are reporting to 2 different authorities. Functionally, they are reporting to the board or audit committee, and administratively, they are reporting to CEO. But this rule is only for, you can say internationally, this rule is applied. Locally in Kuwait, mostly the business, they are owned by the families. So most of the internal audit department within Kuwait, as per my information, they are just reporting to the owner or only the chairman. Now, how internal audit works? There are 2 different methodologies. One is traditional methodology and other one is modern methodology. In traditional methodology, internal audit department or internal auditor, he has to make a checklist based on his business understanding, based on the policy and procedure which is available within the business. For example, in retail business, I will give the example like a supermarket. In retail business, he has a checklist, he has to check the availability. For example, he started his audit stores in the retail business. He performed his checklisting audit. What he will do, he will check the availability. He will check the shelf tags are available or not. Hygiene standards, security cameras are working or not working. The front end, which is the cashiers, then the cash office, back office is working or not working. But on the other side, the modern methodology, here, this side, the head of the department, he has to create his own audit universe based on the meeting with the higher management. He has to see the coverage, means what to cover within the audit, within the coming years. He has to see the relevance, he has to see the significance, that what is important or what is not important. Then this plan, he has to give it to the audit team. Then audit team, they have to start their auditing based on whatever the planning is given by head of the department. The lower management are I can say the managers are the team of the internal audit. How they will perform, they will invite the client with them, they will understand the client and they will get the policy and procedure from them. After that, they will make a risk assessment. Then they will develop an audit program and then they will see whether whatever they explain into the meeting or whatever their policy and procedure, whether the business is working according to the policy and procedure or not. Based on this all working, they will raise observations and they will report it to audit committee as well as the board. Now in the last, I would say internal audit is very important to the business. Why? Because internal audit add value to the business. Internal audit improve the management process and limit the risk. And I always say internal auditors, they are not checklist doers. They are the doctor of the business. Over to you.